I'll tell you. I had a boy.
Oh, now you gonna preach to me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna preach. And you gonna listen!
Oh, yeah. You know I'm gonna preach. Man, I was sitting here watching my countdown, and the thing just froze. Like, I'd never seen it do that before. I did a mic check before I came on, and I'm not even sure if it's coming through, because I don't see the little thing, and I can't imagine for the life of me why my microphone would not be coming through loud and clear. And unfortunately, let me see if I can peek in the chat and find out if I can be heard. It shows about 4 people sitting here. I don't know, but I can't tell if I can be heard or not. Matter of fact, why don't I just pull it up in my phone and see? I was kind of skeptical about even hitting this button without having a confirmation of audio. But I was in the middle of mixing something down, so perhaps my audio software has taken over. Let me see if I can find this, y'all. Okay, let me see. So apparently I'm broadcast. Oh, it's strange. I can see it on your side. So definitely it's coming through loud and clear. So that's good. That's good. I do have a reference here to see that. Man, I came on. Where y'all at? That's the name of the title of the show. I didn't have anything planned. Y'all know how I do. I just come out of left freaking field. I come out of left field and I just go live, and then go right off the top of the dome. Don't get me wrong. When I'm doing my boring topics, I do like to kind of have some things laid out. I did see Miss Seven, aka Philippa Davies, put up a post saying that Mr. Carmelo Anthony was found guilty. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about court cases. I like to wait till things conclude before I speak on them. Although some folks feel as though you should talk about a court case and you should just go ahead on and speculate, put all the information out. Better yet, launch a whole entire campaign against individuals who are on trial. Now, I may have said this on the previous, y'all got to forgive me. I got old timers disease, and I can't remember if I was on the phone talking to folks or if I was actually on the live talking to folks. And we talked about that. And I said, you can put out something about a pending case, and it is possible that it could go viral. And if it goes viral and it picks up steam, you can taint the case. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a celebrity and you speak out about something. You might be doing someone a favor who's actually guilty, and you cause them to be released for not being guilty. Welcome, Make a Change. What's happening, bro? Glad you were able to stop by, man. Always enjoy your commentary. You have some of the best uploads, the quality, the layout, the direction, everything. Super superb. Thank you for being you and bringing us quality content, which I can always enjoy. Quality over quantity every day of the week. Like I said, y'all, so that's not my thing to deal with the cases. And secondly, I just find it hard to really speak on things without all the facts. Somebody asked me one time, I think I was on a panel and the subject came up. We were discussing court cases in general. And y'all know me. Again, I can't speak on specifics because I don't have all the information. And we began to do some constitutional law reviews, like innocent until proven guilty. That is the cornerstone of our democratic law system here. It's the cornerstone. It doesn't matter if there were eyewitnesses, doesn't matter if there's video, doesn't matter if any of that. It still has to go. You're still presumed innocent until proven guilty. Now, of course, people who look at life through an emotional lens, they don't see things. Oh my God. Welcome. Man, my sister-in-law is here, Dee Dee. How you doing? G. She got these grandkids now. Welcome, G. Glad you could stop by. And I appreciate you on my wall with your wisdom. It lets me know that somebody's listening. And of course, my homegirl, Umfufu, she's always dropping the jewels as well. But like I said, if we look through an emotional lens, like for instance, this particular case, this particular case, well, sometimes we look at things through a racial lens. It's black and white. So all the black people are going to say what? The black dude is innocent. All the white people are going to say what? The opposite, right? And then sometimes there are GoFundMes, and then there's a whole lot of politically charged rhetoric, more division, more separation. Like I said, just racial tactics, folks. We got to stop falling for that. We got to look at the facts of the case. In this particular one, I still don't have all the facts, only the basics. Understand there was a scuffle. Understand there was a threat. A knife was produced and someone died. That's all I know. For the basics, all I can say is that, well, there's something called equal force. Like if you shove me, I don't have a right to shoot you with a gun. From what the training that I've gotten my whole life has always said. Like I was saying, so when I go out, we always talk about your concealed carry kit. What do you have? Most people say, well, I have this kind of pistol. And we always say, no. There's other things you need to keep with you. One, a tourniquet, just in case you catch a stray. Two, can of mace. You know what I'm saying? Some people say fists. I said that earlier. I was in Raw G's chat. I said, I got fists, mace, and then I got Brown Bess rolling with me. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not using no fists. I'm just letting you know now. We are past that. Now, if you are my age and you all about the fisticuffs and all that, you want to get out in the street and squabble, then by all means, have at it. But the brother I don't get down like that. So done been there, done that my whole life. So a lot of times we look at things through an emotional lens. Now, around here in this little microcosm of BlackTube, we do that a lot more often. We definitely look at things through emotional lenses, as we've discussed court cases in the past around here. And you'll have whole squads of people, the person's guilty. They're guilty. Oh, they did it. Oh, they did it. Oh my God. Now, is it because they have facts? Is it because they are like, there's some evidence to the contrary of that this person is not guilty? No, there's not. It's only because we feel like it. See, that's what we do around here. Now, I can't tell you about everybody and what you should do. All I can say is, as a man, I will not sit here. And put the guilty jacket on another man, right? I will not. I refuse to speak on another man's case that's pending. Now, I've done some content. I've done some content about court cases that were in the past. And y'all know me. I put videos out. I make it humorous. I joke about it and clown about it. But I'm not gonna. Hey, and if I happen to put up something about a pending court case, somebody please let me know so I can take that down. Because I don't do that. I don't even really want to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? But we have a tendency to do that. See, around here and on BlackTube, a lot of times I've already talked about this phenomenon in the past. There's a lot of people here that's not where they want to be in life. They don't have nothing going on. So this is all that they have. So they like to be big and bad and grandiose online. Then that's not good enough. They want to go out and attack people to belittle them and make them feel even worse. And then eventually they get exposed. And when they get exposed, well, here comes the sharks. The chum is in the water. The sharks are circulating, and they're going to tear that ass a new one, which is usually what happens. Me, I'm not going to tear you a new one. I'm going to put together a nice little humorous upload clowning your ass to the ends of the earth. That's what I do. And speaking of that, uploads, man, I wanted to talk about my wall. I've been on my community wall here, really just, man, every 10 minutes I'm putting up a post. And I wanted to talk about that because there was one that stands out in particular, right? So, matter of fact, I can start at the top down. How about that? I wanted to make a little musical ditty for this wall thing, but I couldn't find the clip I wanted from a 1977 Jackson's Variety Show. Y'all might know what I'm talking about. Dee Dee, you know what I'm talking about. You was there. Welcome. Lorna Doone Williams, the sweet cookie. Hello. And of course, Josie the Pussycat is in the house. Show enough. So one post I said basically, so let me understand something. A lot of y'all on BlackTube has linked up, formed friendships, and had each other's phone numbers, email addresses, social media, and places of business. But at the sight of conflict, you choose to post or create a show about it instead of reaching out to the individual. I've seen emails, text messages, phone recordings, and a myriad of shit displayed. But why? In the real world, do you discuss your problems? Perhaps it's a craving for attention and validation. Yes, it is. Indeed. I've seen it 1,000 times. You think it's a good okay, you're on BlackTube, you're perusing the BlackTube avenues, and you find someone that you have things in common with. So what do? You send an email, right? And then somehow you think it's a good idea to have some phone numbers going back and forth, right? And then you start talking. And when you talk, we talk, I'm going to include myself in that. You talk a lot about BlackTube, right? Who you like, who you don't like. You say what you feel. And if you talk to me, I'm going to say things I don't say on here, right? Then at some point in time, you can set your goddamn watch to it. Y'all have a disagreement, and unfortunately, you're not mature enough to handle your disagreements, so you lash out. And then what do? Nah, do you call? No. Do you text? No. Do you ring their beeper and send a page? No. How about a carrier pigeon? No. How about a delivery bicycle? No. How about word? You tell their assistant, brother, no, right? We got to go to YouTube and we got to air it out, right? Air it out. And so I don't understand. Some of you are friends. Some of you seem like you're tight, but you got to come here. Why? Why? Hypothetically, let me ask a question. So, and I might have said this before. So let me ask a question. So your work, and I said this on the other live. Maybe I did. I don't know, y'all. I'm losing it. So your work in your place of business, you're at work. You're getting you're getting fat shamed by one of your coworkers, right? And they keep making these jokes, and they keep saying things over and over, or what have you. And then you what do? Well, write your manager an email, then you head on over to HR. You shut the shit down. Most of you that got jobs, you've received that training, right? What don't you do? Do you go out to the parking lot, get in your car, and turn on your cell phone and the camera and go to StreamYard and start doing a live about it? No, you don't. Why don't you do that? You know why? Because it don't solve shit. It doesn't resolve anything. It just makes it worse. But see, that's part of the disease. We gotta come here and put on for these people. Why? You got people choosing up sides, and they're on team A and team B, and it's just a whole bunch of conflict, which takes us away from real content that we could be producing. But our understanding is, it is a disease. It is a sickness. There's no way. Why does this matter? Why are we offline? And I'm guilty of this too. Why are we offline talking about the crap? Right? Why is my show, if your show's over, I'm calling you after your show to talk more about the show, but I didn't get on the panel to talk during the show? Yo, it's more to life than this. It really is. Do you know I barely have time right now to even be on live right now, but I have to support my endeavors here to fill up with some type of useful content when I can. Right now, I'm just kind of letting loose, but we don't do that. No, we don't do that. We come here because we're more popular. I can put you down in front of 30 people, right? I'm not going to call you on the phone. I'm not going to send an email. Why? Because it's not dramatic that way. Thank you, Yolanda Martinez, a.k.a. YM, and also Tias Prius. Welcome. Next time I'm in Jersey, I'm coming to get a plate. You know what, though? And turn one of them burner phones back on. Damn. Speaking of calling people, see, I'm just gonna add TP out right here. You know why? Because I don't have no way to reach her. So therefore, I'm within my rights to do so. But the rest of y'all, the rest of y'all need to like I say, man, you got to reach out. Now, as far as I can't speak on everybody because I expect little girls, I expect teenagers and women, they roll at it on a different wavelength with things, how they want to handle it. So I'm gonna let it be what it be, you know. But yeah, definitely, man, you got problems, you can work it out. And the thing is, especially with somebody like me, I'm not one of them people that if you come to me and say, something's wrong or this isn't right or I made a mistake or whatever, I can take that. I can fix it. You know what I'm saying? But see, think about it though, right? If you talk to me instead of going to them folks, right? And you talk to me about it, I can fix it quietly and no one will ever know there was an offense because we can bury it and we can move on. But that doesn't get clout now, does it? That doesn't give you notoriety, do it? That doesn't get you praise, does it? That doesn't get you the numbers in your chat so you can feel more important with people listening, supporting, and salivating. But the sad part is it's only the same people that will agree to anything you say because everybody in the circle agrees to what everyone else says. Never no pushback, never no questions, never no conflict. They can't do nothing wrong. So some of us, I don't know, what would you call that? Is that a club? Something start with a C. Coalition? No. Consortium? No. Company? No. Corporation? Cult. Yeah, that's the C word. That's the cult. That's exactly what it is. There's no other way to put it. But y'all can go ahead. Now I'm gonna segue for a second to say, if you are a part of a cult, dealing in cultish ways or have cult tendencies, and you live your life to come to YouTube, which will take me to another wall post in a minute. You come to YouTube for no other reason but to destroy, destruct, tear down, besmirch, belittle, shame, embarrass, ridicule. You can keep that bullshit to yourself. When I say that I come here for entertainment, when I come here to laugh, damn, I was supposed to cue up this audio. When I come here to laugh and I come here to have fun, I really mean that. Man, it does my heart wonders when I see people put laughing emojis at my content. That means, guess what? I caused a little endorphin release in someone that got where I was coming from. Now, those with sticks up their asses can't laugh. Never. It's never any positivity. It's never no, let me make content to make your day better. Let me give you some enlightenment. God damn it, if you can't do that, can you at least share your expertise with us as to what you do? Some insight, something. You ain't got to be Key Can. Can you give us something? Anything other than the bullshit? As you can see, I said the title, where y'all at? Because there's no one here. We talked about this, the poison, the toxicity, how the back and forth and the hurling the insults over and over repetitively, over and over again, insanity, that it ain't never, it's not going anywhere. You can get in a time machine, go back 2 years in this very space and plug in, and you got the same stuff going on over and over. Now, those who are in cults, they can't hear what I'm saying. They, in the cult, you'll take whatever I say, twist the narrative, say, oh, but go to your little space, replay the video and say, oh, but he probably meant this, or he was talking about you, or he was trying to say, I ain't got to try to say shit. I've already said it. But you don't have any content because all of your content is everyone else's content. All of your content is whatever people are feeding you. That's your content. Your content is the same panel with the same people in the same way, in the same configuration, saying the same shit they were saying last year that they're going to be saying a year from now. Yeah, I guess that's content. More like bullshit, but hey, some people like bullshit. And we tune in. How many Christians got ate by the lions in the Roman Colosseum to the point where people just said, man, that's boring. I'm just not coming there. I'm just tired of watching lions eat people. I'm pretty sure that went on for years. I bet you they never got tired of it till the Roman Empire fell. They probably never did. Welcome, Can't Get Right. Welcome to the Joint. They probably never did because that low level, low frequency bullshit, they like stuff like that. The carnage and the destruction. They don't wake up in the morning with a mantra of how can I make people feel better? What can I do to make things right? Well, if they do provide some type of support, you better believe they're getting something out of it. They're not doing that for free. They will tell you, well, I'm supporting you and I'm helping you monetarily because I want to see you. Nah, that's bullshit. It's transaction. You're getting something out of it. Moving on to my next wall joint. And the moral of the story is this. Hey, look, so you got a choice. You know, I can sit here and talk about what people are doing, or I can choose to not be a part of it. Guess what? Solutions-based platform. I choose not to be a part of it. I choose not to affiliate. I choose not to associate with individuals and of the like, those who associate with those individuals, not doing it. I'm sorry, y'all. I have no excuse. I come to your chats. I try to support your channel. I get insults thrown at me in the chat. I'm not even typing. I'm part of your content. I got to get insults thrown. I'm not sitting there for that shit. I'm not no goofy that go places where I get insulted. And I've heard several of them from different channels. It's like, oh, but he this, oh, but he that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about that too. You know, this is a good way to release. You know, you got things on your mind. I could type it, but my fingers get, I'm doing the work that I can't really actually, my second post kind of goes along with what I just said. You wake up in the morning, number one. Number two, you turn on BlackTube and go to the most vile sector to have ever existed, a sector which is full of scoundrels and lowlifes. Here's my question, y'all. Which sector am I talking about? Aha. In your mind, you probably all thought of which one it could have been, and there are probably 4 different answers, right? The sad part is that that's the majority of BlackTube. It's bullshit like that. So that's why it was hard to decipher. Well, who is he? Which sector is he talking about? Number 3, the scoundrels and lowlifes throw insults while disparaging you and your entire generation as they are expected to do. Meaning, if we go into these cesspools, that is what's going to happen. You wallow with the pigs, you're going to get the slop all over you, right? Walk with me. Number 4, you then embark on a national crusade to take apart and destroy their lives because they dare to offend you. This is you, right? You go into the lion's den, you get your ass wearing pork grease all over your body, you get your ass mauled, and then all of a sudden, you're a victim. Question, what reason do you have for coming to this dark place daily? Would it now be better for you to go to other places on YouTube where decent people like yourself are? No answer. You are not a cure for the disease, but just another virus masquerading as medicine. Exactly. I've many of us have asked that question for everyone here that's claimed they've been attacked, berated, downtrodden, whatever you can think of. And we always ask that same question, like, why are you here? Like, why, like, how are you here every day talking about us and them? So now, at first, it was a bit of just roasting back and forth, some light banter, jokes and stuff. But I've learned here, these people, they don't come here to laugh. They're not here to laugh. They don't find things funny, you know? And it don't matter how you put it, don't matter how polite you be. It's just gonna get twisted into an offense. I'm sorry. I can't reach out. I gotta be offended because that's all I know. It's a weakness. So they come here every day to get offended. Who's doing shit to them? Who is hurting these people? No. They come here and claim somebody, and it's always this is the go-to. You did it to me first. Okay, is this the first goddamn grade? So what? Let it roll off. Keep it moving. You did it to me first. Or you're over there with other people who's doing it to me. That's 3rd grade. Bullshit. Right? But keep at it though. You know, I ain't saying no names. I'm not. Why? That's just going to perpetuate more of the victimhood. Even though my name is on walls ringing out from people I've never attacked or said anything to, who gives a F? I can't believe the bullshit pops up in my feed. But guess what, y'all? They have something called a block button. You ain't gotta be subjected to nothing you don't want to be subjected to, right? One response I've heard is to that question is, I was here first. I've been in the sector since 2019. That's valid. But the follow-up would be, why interact with the content and those creators? I think it's ego. Oh yeah, it's definitely ego. It's definitely ego. Like I said in my first little narration back there, you can't you people you can't resolve issues. You don't know how to talk to each other. All you know is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now I do got a couple of homies that I talk to that's solid, straight up dudes that, man, we could talk about anything. It's almost feel like we drinking a beer and hanging out. You know? But if this is all your life, everything here, you know what I'm saying? I'm a victim. Man, come on, man. And as far I keep thinking about the men, I'm sorry. How do you go to your wife and say, baby, I'm on the line and they're being mean to me. He said something about me. When I when I tell me and mine's over here, when I tell them about, yo, these people on here, know what they say? Man, them people crazy. That's all she said. Cause I'm not walking around hurt by the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hurt by it. Sometimes it do anger me a little bit because I say, why the fuck is it? You know, and then at first I used to get all bent out of shape. Then I start realizing, I was like, man, people criticize your creation because they not creative people. That's the bottom line. I can't do shit, so you ain't shit. You know, it's like Eddie Kane singing shit. I ain't gonna be shit. I ain't shit. And you ain't gonna be shit either. Now, Eddie, why you talk to him like that? You act like you don't care for the boy. I love that boy. I just want him to be a better man than me. Come on now, 5 heartbeats. Where y'all at? Where my fans at? 5 heartbeats. Raise your hand. We're going to talk about the 5 heartbeats on every episode because you know why? It's relevant. It's a very good movie. You got to look at it for the undertones in the movie. Pre, I thought you was in the cloud. You still here. You need to be in that kitchen. Anyway, so wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on here? Hold on. Hey, Joe, I missed your message. I'm in and out of the chat. Oh, her message here. I thought y'all was like, behind the scenes with some texting going on. Let me find out that's going to be a scandal. I seen some text messages today. I didn't read them. I'm just like, I don't know those people. But that was my whole point. Like, why y'all ain't on the phone? It's text messages. Oh, we've had all kind of, speaking of text messages, we had all kind of text messages going back and forth. Matter of fact, more than once. Matter of fact, there was folks getting exposed on text messages and shit. And then also I caught a stray. In the text message one time. I was like, fuck his punk ass. I said, shit, why I gotta be all that? I ain't even say 2 words to the individual. I'm all kind of punk bitches in the text message. And then guess what, y'all? Boom, got an email. One sister's called, she sent over a DoorDash with a note tied to it saying, they want to holler at you because, And then guess what? Guess what I did, y'all? Guess what I did? I went live, right? Put the person up on the big screen, put their name all in the shit, blew their ass completely out of proportion, shamed and embarrassed the man in front of 50 people. That's what the F I did. No, I didn't do that. You know what I did? I talked on the phone. I said, sure, make the connection. We spoke about it. We solved it. We settled it. And do you know why? Because I understood, right? It wasn't that the person saying punk ass and all that made me a punk ass. They were caught up riding with somebody else. See, that's that weakness right there. Y'all get caught up with these online characters and y'all are so emotional that here it is, the online fool is attacking me and you're polarized by the bullshit and you riding with the fool and attacking me too and I never say 2 words to you. Nah, man. What I look like following some avatar on the screen that never showed, at that time, never showed their face. And you following an avatar on the screen where wait a minute, let me slow this down. So let me understand. I turn on BlackTube, there's an avatar on the screen. Some fool I don't know lived 800-900 miles away, never met him, don't know him, don't know his mama, never ate with him, never did nothing. He starts spewing some rhetoric, some hatred, some venom towards another individual. So I start riding with this fool and I'm listening to all the venom he's spewing. And I'm so weak as a man that I start hating the person too. And I don't even know them. And then when this person don't get their way, they decide to start putting up text messages and shit, which is some punk ass shit. They start putting it up. And then I realized I caught a stray bullet. Then on top of that, in other messages, another brother caught a stray bullet. So I understand how a person can get caught up in that. So if so happens, if I turn on here tomorrow and somebody is doing an expose on another woman and some emails or something get posted and you slurred me in one of the emails or something like that, guess what? You ain't even got to reach out, man. I ain't even mad. You know why? Because we all talk about each other sometimes. We got our opinions on things. I don't dislike nobody I haven't had an interaction with, though. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to bring it on here. Okay? I feel like although the offense took place online, man to man, that violates man code. We don't do that. And speaking of man code, yo, that's a great segue for this this week's topic, man code. That's right. Man code. So, unfortunately, I already started into the commentary before I ran the logo. So that's what we do, y'all, as men, okay? Men handle things a certain way, right? What we don't do, we don't cry to our wives, right? Sometimes if a man has a problem with you, he might invite you out to the front lawn because we got to chunk him. You know, we got to get it on. I'm going to need that fade. That's one level. Sometimes it's brutal. It's Mortal Kombat, right? We get it on, we get it over with, and it's done. As men, sometimes we'll say, let's go have a drink. And we talk about it. We talk through it. Diplomacy. Yeah, that's that's man code bumper. Yeah, diplomacy. That's what we do. You know, we talk it out. We sit down and we air our grievances and we have a drink, and then guess what, y'all? We shake hands and then we go on about our business. And then sometimes in the new age of technology, some brothers might do it over the phone, right? But if you can help it, we like to do it man to man because we can look each other in the eye and we can talk about it, right? And then we can really work it out. And it's not about guilty or not guilty. It's just about, hey, man, I got an issue with something. Let me talk to you. Now, me, how I roll is if you got an issue with me, I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come seek you out to talk about it. I'm going to make go through a few different mediums to get with you. That's man code. We don't go put a private link behind the scenes and get all the girls together in the chat room and the Discord and no girl, yeah, girl, because he did this, girl, no girl. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna go on here, I'm gonna do a show about it. I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna talk about it. And you say this and then say this part right here. Well, let's give you your script, boo. Let us give you all the script of what you gonna say, and then we do it like that. At the very least, if I was corny enough, right, as a man to come on here to put a grievance out, at the very least, what I'm going to do, invite you to a live. Sit down. Now, I'm not going to no bullshit like that, but I feel like if you're going to make it a presentation, then, hey, why not make it a panel? You know? Now, the reason why I wouldn't go to no bullshit like that is because, again, your men don't make spectacles out of themselves. You know what I mean? They don't. YM say, chunk them. I haven't heard that since the 90s. And that's why I know where you live, Yolanda. I know where you at. When my album drop, I will sign your chats. No doubt. Okay. Speaking of which, Joe, I'm going to holler at you because you can sing. You and YM got them voices. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that go, man. Come on now. Y'all, come on, fellas. We got to be men's around here. But I know, ladies, I know it's not a lot of them, but, there's a few of us that, we can hold it down. We can maintain man codes without violation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I wrote a post said, stop trying to decode my posts and take the pure message for what it is. Everything isn't about your raggedy ass sector. You need to get out more. Now, that speaks for itself because it's kind of like when you go to church and you sit on the third row. Why the pastor start doing a whole damn sermon on what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? It's not infidelity. What's the other word? Fornication. Why is he talking about fornication when you just got your cheeks clapped this morning before you came to church? You just got dropped off. Why is he talking about, why Pastor looking at me? He ain't looking at you. That man wrote that sermon 2 weeks ago. It just so happens you just happen to be in here and you think that he's talking to you and he's talking about you. I don't know. Hell, half of the congregation probably just as guilty as you are, but don't take it personal. Nah. See, the thing is, now, some people say, I love that word. They say, you passive aggressive, you passive. I like how these people got these psychological terms. Your ass ain't even got, you sitting there, you didn't even complete your Job Corps GED, but you know all this shit about psychology. Please stop. But they say passive aggressive. No, that's a bullshit reverse psychology to get you to drop names so that the people can run back to their whack ass channels and respond to what you said. And if you don't do it, if you do it my way and keep it like this, they can go back and speculate and say, yeah, I think he means this. But then let them do it. What I said was, I'm not going over there watching the bullshit no more. I'm going to say what I got to say here and keep it pushing. And y'all know me, song gonna drop. I gotta put it in music. See, that's my thing. I can't do all the yelling and screaming and the back and forth and the insults on the walls and the you this, let me get up at 3 a.m. and sit up here at this table eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles and I'ma say the same insults I've been saying. My question I always wanted to ask, how many insults can you yell at a person to the point where they just say, I give up, I quit, I'm sorry? Like, they're not going to do it. It's just a back and forth. And you'll make excuses for that. I had an individual tell me that, basically what I just told you about man code don't have to happen, that men got a right to come on and get down the way they want to get down, even if it's avoiding the discussion and just go head on and rip. Okay, that's cool. But that's coming from a woman, though, fellas. You listen to that, then I guess, I don't know. But anyway, moving along. Hey, look, on my wall, man, it's off the wall. It's Michael Jackson. Priding yourself in being honest may be viewed as a good quality. However, just opening your mouth and insulting others because you value keeping it real pretty much just makes you a common asshole. I agree with that. Completely true. I've been on here and had, people like trying to piss in my face and tell me it's raining. Like, I'm insulting you, but I'm keeping it real. You ain't shit, but I like you as a person. I mean, come on now. Come on now. I'm not supporting that content either. Again, I've been thrown out of better places than this. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's not keeping it real. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You don't go to Thanksgiving dinner at Big Mama's house and say, ew, this stuff is nasty as shit. You don't do that. What do you do, y'all? Come on, y'all. Those with class, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You taste a little bit of it, right? What do? You grimace a little bit, and then what? What? You shove it closer to the peas, you eat everything around it, and then you kind of put your napkin over it and be like, fold that plate, you fold it real tight, you put it in the trash can, right? And then what you do? You don't hurt your Aunt Maxine's feelings because your bitch ass gotta keep it real. You ain't gotta keep it real. You ignorant. And I got one aunt that do that all the time. She that one. I don't know where she get that shit from. Now she like lonely and by herself. Nobody want to be around that bullshit. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It ain't attractive. It's ignorant. Stop doing it. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, especially about me. You want to put a jacket on her. You did, and you said this before 3 years. So what? All right. Anyway, but you do you though. You do you. I keep about 12 around here. I'm rolling at 18 because ain't nobody else on right now. I'm not that damn interested. But there's nobody else on. You know why? Because we got 15-hour lives of repetitive bullshit. And when that burns out, once the person gets enough money to pay their rent for that month or to add to it so they don't get their asses thrown out by their baby mamas or daddies, then the whole place falls silent. I told y'all, you got to have some balance. So we here to put balance tonight. This is not necessarily a boring topic here. It's just me just letting loose. I'm off the wall, which is on my wall, off the wall. Anyway, so oh wow, man, look at this. I was on one. I was just going on and on and on the wall. So it's a good segue. So here's the deal. It's my other post. I'm no longer subscribing to the policy of censorship. In the past, I found myself practicing a policy of politeness and respect when it comes to my creativity, i.e., y'all, I don't want to offend y'all. I just want to be funny and make you laugh. I spent countless man hours writing, producing, and mixing my content to only have to tiptoe around others who are in their feelings or who may share different views than myself. Meanwhile, I'm listening on BlackTube and I'm hearing some of the most vile, disgusting, trashy, racist, we're going to talk about that too, content and commentary ever spewed from the lips of these so-called black people while claiming to be righteous and the leaders of good causes. I don't see anyone limiting themselves as the judge, as they judge, besmirch, criticize, or attempt to ruin the real lives of other BlackTube members. So I feel that no one here is in any moral position to tell others what they should or should not be doing. And going forward, will be exercising the same freedoms of expression. So here's what you can do. If my content offends you, don't effing watch it. Don't. Let me tell you now, if you got sensitive feelings, if you don't like certain topics, if you don't like me mentioning certain minority groups, please don't watch anything that I post. If it's an upload, do yourself a favor, scroll past it to the next cat video or some other person crying about Trump or some dumb shit, okay? Scroll on to that because you're going to be offended. Now, am I being offensive? No. There's not a bone in my body that wants to hurt anyone's feelings. I want you to laugh at yourself. The sister was on the other day. She broke it down. I have the audio clip. But again, I wanted to make it a whole upload, but I didn't prepare it because I was so fast to get on here and get this in while I could. So don't watch it, y'all. Don't look. Oh, I'm going to add another one to that too. Oh, let me go ahead and segue. I'll put that at the end. So if my political views or social outlooks gets on your nerves, unsubscribe. That magical button, y'all. You can unsubscribe, and guess what? You never got to see it, right? And you can also put in your feed, please don't recommend his punk ass to me no more. And guess what? I won't pop up in your feed. If your hypocritical asses can't stand the idea of my difference of opinion or sense of humor, please utilize the block feature. I put black. That's what happens when you type at night fast. It's a block button here too, y'all. You can block people, and you ain't shit. I done blocked some people. I try to unblock. I can't see y'all half the time. YouTube is blocking you when I don't want to block you. I don't know what's going on, but it works pretty good, y'all. You can try it out. Going forward, my online friends and I will be collaborating to produce content that we like, and our art will not be silenced. As you can see, we're all coming together. We're having discussions about producing things, content, music, videos, whatever we can get their hands on. Do you know why? Because we are grown-ass adults. Most of us are half a century old, and it looks and sounds stupid for us to come on here every day just being offended by every goddamn thing and yelling and screaming in microphones. I keep telling that. Speaking of Thanksgiving dinner and Aunt Maxine, can you play the last 10 times you were on a panel and have that shit run like a family movie at your Thanksgiving dinner? Can you do that? Probably not. Because that shit you would look completely goofy up there cussing and screaming and yelling. Your family would be like, yo, what's wrong with you? Are you on medication? That's what they would ask. So you wouldn't do it. But by all means, come on here. See, the thing is, this microphone gives you Kryptonian strength all of a sudden, and you come on here and do shit you would never do in real life. And I understand why. I get it. You know, you're bigger and badder on here. I get it. You need this. It's okay. It's all right. You know, but that's just from my wall. You know, it was just thoughts that was popping up on my mind. Normally, I just write this stuff down as a note, just say, hey, talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? I wrote on here, Star, don't take that shit personal. I love you and Joe, that's Josephine, the same as I do all the handmaidens and other sector ladies. The bridge we built is made of titanium and can never rust or be broken. We got. CMB, baby. CMB. Cash Money Brothers. P.S. Comment with your Cash App. You know I got a tank of gas for you. And then I said some Simple B would say, girl, don't listen to that. He just trying to smooth you over because he know he is wrong. And then I would say, Star, don't listen to that. Gas higher than giraffe ass out here. And then I wrote, T.P, I use a lot of your content also, so holla at me in the comments. Oh, that's my new thing, y'all. So going forward with uploads, songs and things like that, if I use some of your content, I feel it's only fair that I compensate you for that. So that's T.P. the other day. I wasn't joking. I was like, hey, hit me up, but you didn't. So guess what? I gave Star all your money. No, I didn't give her all your money, But hit me up because I used on the joint. I used a lot of T.Pre's content, and that's technically a collaboration. And I didn't ask permission, so I said going forward, if I use y'all content now, images, I'm not really going to mess with your images anymore, right? Because I kind of feel that's a little personal, so I'm not going to be bouncing your images around anymore. But if I use your content in my creativity or production, I will compensate you for that. And unfortunately, when I made the Star song, it was kind of like I told the algorithm one thing, and all of a sudden I looked up, the thing had printed out. It was her picture through the whole thing. I felt I got robbed. So my money was gone, and I didn't get what I needed. That's why I should let my daughter do it instead of me trying to be Superman. But hey, it is what it is. And like I said, if I use your content, I'll compensate you for it. I'm not using images because unless I get express written consent, because if I use your image, and that's really like, that's beyond content. That's your image, and I don't want to do that. So that's what it is going forward, y'all. I'm gonna produce and put out what I want to put out. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. All of this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you in advance, don't watch it. Y'all gonna be offended. So don't watch it. If you soft, if you got the tissue paper feelings, don't watch it because you're gonna be offended. And like I said again, doubling down, if I use your content, I'm more than happy to compensate you for that. Hell, I pay for a lot of stuff to produce this content. I don't really make any money off of it. Trust me, I don't. You see me, I be putting in the bottom my little cash app talking about a cup of coffee. I don't drink, I don't get a lot of coffee. And that's cool. But, like I said, I do it because I enjoy it. And it's entertaining, for me. And it helps sharpen my skills. I say that all the time. I'm trying to get better and better and better at producing. So that's where we at with that. So yeah, man, I got to do what I got to do. And I think it's only fair, right? Because number one, I feel like while I do think some of us on here are closer to each other than other folks, but I don't think we have the same respect and courtesy for each other, because I don't feel I've gotten the courtesy I should have gotten. You know, um, I don't have a problem making reparations or apologizing or fixing things that I've broken. I don't have a problem doing that, but I don't think we're here for apologies. I don't think we're here for that. We're not here for grace. We're not here for humility. We're here for attention and destruction. Cause see, that's the way things panned out. So I'm really not giving an F going forward. I got to do what I got to do. Now, like I said, if everybody else is on here ridiculing, digging up people's information, putting out all illegal shit, doing everything that y'all are doing and engaging in, for whatever reason you'd like us to believe that you have a right to do that, then I have a right to say what the F I want to say. That's how I look at it. Shit. And by the way, I'm not on here. You never gonna see me. I'm not on here to hurt people. My intention, I'm not on here to retaliate against you. Now, there were times in the past I've done uploads that was retaliation. But see, here's the deal. If I had a problem with a sister or somebody, I can do a 3-minute song. Guess what that is, y'all? That's not a 6-hour live of me dragging some woman and cussing her out and degrading her and her kids. I'm not going to do all that. That's just simple. That's simply, I do a quick little response. Everybody laugh. Most people think it's humorous. And then we get on and you get the message. And then guess what, y'all? We can be cool after that. So no doubt, man, Star, my girl, don't listen to people, Star. Don't listen to them folks. Like I said, we was tough during the pandemic when my wife was up in here ailing and everything. Star was holding me down. I was barely holding it together. We don't talk about that. That's why our bridge is titanium. We don't talk about that. We got that bond. She cool. She gonna always be. And I still from day one supported her. And I felt like she should have had her own show from day one, but it didn't go like that. Other people came in there. Now it is what it is. But that's still a homie. So anyway, moving right along, y'all. I like though. So no, I don't want to read that one. Why do I make content? That's the last one I'm gonna read, y'all. Not the last one. To entertain, to promote. Oh, I saw this one. This was on another wall of a show I no longer watch. To entertain, to promote humor, to change narratives and make light of them, profit and monetary gain. Oh, absolutely. I'm here to entertain, promote humor, change narrative. Profit and monetary gain more so would come in not from my uploads for songs, but more so that would surround if I was actually doing content, which I haven't done in a very long time. putting together serious pieces, hoping to become, trying to get towards some sort of monetization. But that is in the back of my mind to sharpen sharpen my production skills. What I don't make content for, to hurt, disparage, or cause harm, to be weaponized against your enemies. I'm not a big fan of that. Don't take what I do that's supposed to be funny and use it in a negative, nasty way against somebody. That's not what it's meant for. Now, if you want something like that, then you can meet me behind the scenes and pay me to produce a whole production for you, and I'll do it. And then you can take and do whatever you want with it, but it ain't gonna be cheap. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I don't do that. I don't make stuff to hurt folk. To reinforce false narratives or untruths, to be used to spin as a false narrative. While my intention may be to entertain, unfortunately, BlackTube is a dark place drenched in misery and full of individuals who lack the ability to laugh or simply be entertained by the created efforts of others. Man, it's so true. Some folks, seriously, though, I want y'all to think about it. To anybody that's within earshot of my voice, those who would do this on the replay, those that are sitting in the sidelines just to hate from the cloud because there's nothing else going on. Seriously, though, I'm going to go to each of your channels. I'm going to look for content. I want to find content where you're enlightening people. I want to find content where you're lifting spirits. I want to find content where you're not just putting somebody down and being nasty and disgusting all the time. And no, it's no need for that. Y'all half a century old. It's no rule that says you got to be ignorant and wicked because somebody else is. You're choosing to do that shit. Think about it. I've been flamed up several times. You ain't heard one name. Well, you heard a name. I mentioned two of the girls, but you ain't heard no name with me disparaging somebody. And F the context clues. You can twist it. Now you can twist my words into saying that if you want, but you can't play this back and say, oh, he straight up was dogging somebody. I'm just telling you how I feel. You know what I mean? And it's funny. Some of my posts has the common theme. And this is the last one I'm going to read, y'all. They're not like you. They're not here for entertainment. This answers my own question. They're not here for fun. Their souls are dark. They dwell in perpetual victimhood. They have nothing else. They only wish to attack and disparage others. They know no shame, avoid them at all costs, and never say their names. Bars. Hey, that do rhyme. But sure enough, though, it's true. It's true. The whole show is, they did this to me. They did that. They did this. And then they did that. And then they gonna do this. So, and then guess what? So that gives me a right to go and destroy their whole life and tear their whole existence apart. It gives me a right to mess with their kids, mess with their money, mess with their health, mess with all these things. And well, I don't know. I guess I guess if it makes you feel good. Corey Slater, welcome, bro. That's the homeboy. Lil Rock. I got peoples out there too. Corey, that man, I'm tell you something. That's one of them Renaissance brothers, man. I swear Corey got to be 80 years old. That dude, he fix everything. This fool be fixing cars. He be fixing machines. He be fixing clippers. He be remodeling houses. He done rebuilt the furnace system. He done restored the RV. The brother be out there into everything. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you something. There ain't a lot of brothers with them hand skills like that no more. Say what you want to say about them. You can try. But I'm going to tell you something. Hey, that leaking roof, he on that. That gutter hanging, he on that. He holding it down. I'm going to tell you. Now, some of that stuff I know how to do. I'm lazy, man. I just don't do it. I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, man, unfortunately, sisters, somebody, Marie Antoinette, Madam Marie Antoinette already done locked him down. She ain't got to worry. She ain't got to call no maintenance man. She ain't got to call insurance company. She ain't got to be worried about, is they overcharging me for redoing the chimney? His ass up on the roof laying bricks. I know he can lay bricks. I know he can. Hey, shit, give him a couple bags of concrete and some stones. That fool will build you a whole rock garden and a whole walkway. Looking like something out Beverly Hills. But anyway, I'm going to get off Corey on that. But yeah, no doubt, man, I love seeing them videos. He be like, look, y'all, this is how y'all make money. Hey, whatever happened to that? Did you sell that food truck? I know you got some money for that because my cousin, she bought a used one. It was like, it cost my uncle like 20. It was like, he put like 20,000 in it fixing it. I said, damn, Unc, you might want to drive that down Little Rock. Corey had that thing up and running with the hot dogs and everything, ready to rock. Give him about 30 days. He got to cut the kids' hair for back to school for the charity event. So anyway, my little link right there. Man, I was listening the other day. I was listening the other day. I will drop a name on this point, because the homegirl, she come through here. Stephanie come through here sometimes, you know what I mean? And, it's been some controversy. When I see her again, I'm going to holler at her because I got a couple questions myself on that. But yeah, y'all, seriously, don't take none of this too serious, man. I'm just here for entertainment. I came into this sector, well, I thought it was entertainment. I found out quick that it's some victims around here. They ain't laughing, and they still ain't laughing. But what's funny is, though, when I'm in the chat, they all in the comment section hurling insults at me. Now, the minute I clap back or say something, they punk ass will be like, "Oh, see, they got to go do four lives." You know what I mean? Sir, please get over yourself, man. I ain't never going to respond to you. You ain't worth responding to. You can hurl all the insults you want. You was just over here a couple of months ago. Keep hurling your insults. It don't move me. Man, I'm at peace. Don't you understand? And I know you just a fan. You wish you could do what I do. It's all good, though. That's all you got to say. All you do is instead of being a bitch about things, just extend your hand, say, brother, let's get together and hook up. Let's do some stuff. You know what I mean? How you figure that out? Shit. Go back on my channel in the early days. Listen to the quality of what I was doing. Like, yo, the audio was horrible. It don't sound like that now. You know what I mean? Hey, look, we over here trying to collaborate. We try and get together and do some stuff together. For real. So I'm just saying, I had to get all this off my chest just to say, man, I don't plan on engaging no more. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't sit in the chat. I can't sit in the chat no more with that same dumb shit over and over. I can't do it no. I'm sorry. Right? And on top of that, I don't never see you over here. So guess what? We got to reciprocate. I'm not going to be over there. Going forward, a lot of my stuff is just going to be of the boring nature from the boring broadcast system, and that's the way it's going to be. Besides that, we'll just be doing songs. As y'all can see, we had a little R&B challenge. I dropped that. Didn't get a whole lot of fanfare because you know why? I wasn't putting nobody down. You know what I mean? I wasn't putting nobody down. So, didn't get a lot of fanfare, but I really enjoyed doing that, man. Oh my God, I got a kick out of that. I'm waiting for Divine 7 to drop her version or send it to me so I can hear it. I'm trying to, man, hers was fire. You know what I mean? LV dropped, man. LV the show, man, he dropped the tune. Yo, that brother, I don't like him. I don't like LV because every time he do something, I say, why I ain't do that? Why ain't I think of that first? That's why I don't like him. But yeah, he got some good stuff, man. He got good stuff. It's a lot of talented people around here putting on, for real. It's a lot of talented people. And we need to focus more on that. We need to focus more on the talented people and the professional people bringing forth their stuff, right? And putting it out. Hey, man, I know we sensationalize all this stuff with the criminality of each other. We're black people. Speaking of racism, we're black people all on BlackTube, and man, all I see is a lot of black folks just tearing each other down, disrespecting each other, all that. But the minute somebody pop up that's not black in the middle of us and they sneeze the wrong way, we start talking about black unity. Or the minute one of our friends get attacked by some of these other black devils, we start talking about unity and righteousness of the black cause and all that stuff. But see, the thing is, y'all, you can't be no black person and walking around here on a daily basis and your own core mission in life is to hurt and destroy other black people and act like you some kind of righteous black brother or sister. You can't, because it don't work like that. It don't. You can't have it both ways. You can't destroy each other, and then the minute a white cop do something, y'all want to say Black Lives Matter. Nah, shit, the Black Lives Matter before the white cops show up. Know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about that. I don't see no black unity. It's at an all-time low. And there's too much ageism. How we supposed to teach then? Ageism, shaking my damn head. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. But yeah, we say, oh no, it's a lot of young people around here. I'm not one of them. I'm not young. Well, I'm young in my mind, but there's a lot of young people. They always want to say, you're old, you're old, you're old. They always want to yell that out. You're old, man. Shit, I'm successful. You know what I mean? I'm right where I need to be in life. And black people attack me More black people attack me than not. Exactly. Who are the assailants? Other black people. Who are the enemies? Other black people. Who's putting on these shows disparaging and disrespecting and disgracing black people? Other black people. Under the guise of entertainment. See, y'all tried that bullshit. I'm trolling. Get over yourself. I'm gonna keep saying that to the end of time. Remember, y'all was telling me, go somewhere else, do something else, do this, blah, blah, blah. Man, I like to take the time out to welcome to the stage my sister-in-law, aka
Hey,
Junko, to the stage.
now how you try to pronounce that? Don't even try.
Jankovic, right? I said it right. Jankovic,
Almost,
right?
almost. It's
Hey,
DZ is pronounced like J, so it's
Jankovic,
Jed Kovic
Jed. Okay, Jang. I'm sorry.
or
I
or
mhm.
Jetkovic, but we ain't got to get that serious.
Okay, no doubt. Jankovic, like I said, Jankovic. I'm sorry,
How are
I
you?
talk, I deal with a lot of Europeans all day. Oh, so
Exactly.
no, I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the stage, man. I'm
Thank
glad you could come through.
you.
You retired in March. I'm still hating. That's
Um,
okay.
So
I,
I don't even know what to do. I'm so happy. I feel reborn. I can ignore my kids now because all of a sudden they want to be calling me now. I'm like, nope, I'm busy.
you know what? I'm on that crusade too because I realized I said, "Oh, y'all think my weekend mean babysit? No, no, no,
What,
no.
or they need
Everybody,
something. Did you ask me
yeah.
if I needed something?
Do you know that's been my complaint for the last year and a half? I said I seen one of my kids, two of them. I'm not gonna mention their names on here. Them change to protect the innocent. Told me, "Hey, look, you ain't got to walk me to the door because I see you hurt your knee, but you walk past all that tall grass and ain't once say, hey, want me run that mower for you? No, that's all right though.
Nothing.
Next time you
Nothing.
need an engine in your car, I ain't got $3,000 just to give you. So next time
That, that
I'm
part.
gonna tell you to drive my lawnmower to work.
That part. That part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
I, I got
I
to.
was just
I get to the point where I tell them after I've gone somewhere. Oh, I was in fill in the blank. Oh, well, because before we had the routine where I would send my son, the plane itinerary, the hotel, just in case,
mhm.
emergency. I do that when I get back. Oh, yeah, I just got back. Well, you didn't tell me. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. I'm grown. Yeah.
Yeah, they say, well, what if something happened? I'm like, they got my wallet, my phone, they'll find you. And what do you mean,
Or
what
it's
if
a
something
human
happened?
standing next to me with a cell phone. I think they'll call. I think that human standing next to me will call 911. I'll be okay.
Yeah, no doubt. What if something
Well,
happened?
thank
Or they
you.
or they
I
think
just
you got
wanted
money. Go ahead.
that's all it is. They just want to get,
Cause you traveling, you got money.
that's what it is. That's, oh, you retired. You at home. You ain't doing nothing. You don't need that. Oh, really? Watch me work. Okay? No,
Mhm.
I need everything I got. I eat 3 times a day. If nobody's feeding me and the other two F's, ain't your business. Yeah. But I wanted to I wanted to explain my point on the ageism
Oh
because
yeah, break it down.
people in certain brackets, let's do that, uh always say, well, I ain't got, my mama don't do that. Well, if my mama was on here, I'd be embarrassed. Or you can't teach me nothing, old lady. I'm like, oh, well, who gonna teach you? Where you gonna learn it from? Are you disrespectful like that to your old heads in your real life? I bet you not. Like you just said in your show, I bet you not acting donkey to people's face, especially if they black. You're gonna catch one. I bet you're not. You
Nope.
know. So that ageism, it's. I had somebody come over to my IG. I've been celebrating my birthdays as a YouTuber since 58 years old. Publicly announce it, birthday, everything. Then they want to get in your face. Oh, yeah, that's what happens every year on the same date. You get a little, for me, it's something bad. But when they get a birthday, it's all right. Which one is it? If you just want me to fill in your blank, just say it. Because you're acting ussy in my face now that you've got my attention. So I think that's what it is. They get on YouTube, they act donkey, they're aggressive, they break laws, they break guidelines because they either don't like the authority in their real life, or I probably make them feel away. I'm probably look just like your caseworker on the other side of that bulletproof glass, baby. I know it bothers them, but I don't care. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. It's the ageism for me,
Mm,
thinking I
yeah,
can't do what you do. Well, how old are you? Oh, I'm 41. Oh, at 41, I owned a business. I was married. I was living here. Da da da. What are you doing? Sitting on YouTube all day, stanking in your mama's basement. Oh, wow. That's why you're mad. Just let me
yep,
know why you're
yep.
mad, and I'm good. I'm good with it.
I I said that the other day. I said before I found the Lord, back at AOL 1.0, back in the day, I said there was no way I would have been on AOL. I was in them chat rooms. It was minimum. If, in other words, if YouTube existed 30 something years ago, I would barely be on here because I would be traveling to see see some people. You know what I mean?
That
I was getting
part.
around like a donut and Tupac back in
That
the
part.
AOL days. I wouldn't be
Mm,
sitting on here. I said it on my last time. I said, why is y'all dudes on here arguing with these broads? Why y'all ain't going to go see them? Like, yo, some of them look goddamn scrumptious. Like, get off, turn this thing off and go see them.
let's
But
hit
you
it.
can't
Let's
because
go,
you broke. You broke. You can't. So when they call,
bro.
like you just said, you said they try to say you're old, and
Hmm.
you said, but when I was where you was, I was traveling. We were doing these things, man. I stayed on the plane.
Busy.
Yo,
Busy.
I had my own business and I stayed on the plane. I was all,
My
I'll tell you
kids
something.
talk about that now. They say, you know what? We get you. We bow down. We thank you, mama. Because every other month, they friends would be like, oh, you at a resort. Oh, y'all going here. Oh, y'all, mama, was in Disneyland. Oh, you was in the Grand Canyon. Now they get it. Like, damn, I had a
Hmm.
fly ass mama. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt. No
And
doubt.
what are they doing? Stuck on an app. They're not even, I don't even think they're gamers, because gamers will throw YouTube away for their console. You know what I mean? Because they're busy. They don't have no skills, CMK. They don't have nothing. And I be waiting for it
And
too.
and when and I hate to beat on the youngest, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. And then when y'all do go have a hookup or outing, it's the most struggle ass trip you've ever seen. Y'all be out
Child.
there with no socks on. Y'all be out there splitting a hot dog 5 different ways. Y'all be getting stranded in cities and shit.
They,
Like,
they,
God
they,
damn.
they take their house shoes that's been on the side of their bed to Vegas. That's what be getting me.
Oh,
That's
see, I
what get
wouldn't
me
go.
in trouble. See, that's what
Yo.
get me in trouble. I'm taking a
Yo.
beef sector break because they can't handle me. You
Nah,
took your
nah.
house shoes with the black mark of your footprint to Vegas. You packed it with the funk and the stank and the grease. Okay? See, I can't be doing it by myself. So I'm just taking a break from the beef sector because ain't nothing really going
Yo.
on. Yeah. Because I can do it. I'm Team Kaya. Okay, we're going to roast you until you call your mama. Okay? But they're too young. They're not funny. Like you said, they don't have a talent. They don't get clapped back. They don't get the the spirit of the comedy. They don't understand it, and to me, that's sad because we can be making money and bank and collaborating, but it's
Yes.
a lot of hurt feelings. So we're just letting things, die off. That's all. We're just letting it go away.
Or they could learn from you. You know, in a couple of years I'll be retired. I'm just counting down. So
Yay!
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
Good.
it's and again, I would like to share with them sometimes, like, hey, look, you guys are in a good place. You're 25 years out of retirement. There's still time. Your average investment portfolio lifespan is about 25 years. Hell, were lucky enough to start early in your 20s, hey, look, you would be way further ahead. See, the thing is, like you said, kids.
Mm,
When you have, like, in other words, if I took your exact life and removed the children out of your life, all that money would have been put up. for you
Shit.
now.
You,
You be sitting there
you
with
wouldn't even know who
grandkids.
I was, child.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So yeah,
that's why,
you guys. Hmm.
look, that's why they stay out of my face, because I had twins. So think about it, y'all. I had to do everything twice at the same time, not same gender. I had a boy and a girl. They went to
Oh.
prom in their own limos, and they had their own friends, and they had everything was
Oh
separate.
wow.
So you can't nobody, and all the way up to that point is what I'm saying. So can't, and they had their own sports and their own talents. When they were
Mm.
on the graduation field in high school, even though they had the same last name, they're fraternal. Obviously, they don't look alike. But a lot of people didn't even know they were sister and brothers because I taught them. Y'all don't have to be, you know, linked at the hip, but look out for each other. Be friends. And they took that to heart. They took that to heart because a lot of people, you know why I said that? Because a lot of people, oh, that's your sister, and they'll try to get at him. Oh, that's your brother, then they'll try to get at her. Oh, I taught my kids the game of life, and they winning. But nobody don't want my advice. They don't want nothing from me. Okay, whatever.
Nah, I mean, except they want to come on and make you a target, of their frustration and
They
things
they
like that. And
try.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
then
guess
on the
that's my
low,
problem. Because when they
and then in
make
the
me a target, I be happy. But anyway, go
and
ahead.
and and I will admit from time to time I've seen, and maybe even myself, you get caught up by one or two. You
Hmm.
decide you might want to help them. You say, "Oh, I can show you how to do this, so let me help you out." And then all of a sudden they turn around and bite you right in your ass. And then next thing you know, you're that topic of the show. It's like, how did we get here? And it's just
They
like, well,
It's sad. Yeah. That's just unsophisticated behavior. They don't they it's I'm not trying to get actual, but some people come too fast. They didn't enjoy they didn't get a dinner, they didn't get a movie, they didn't get a trip to Disneyland, they didn't get nothing. It was the first date. It was a booty call. It was instant. That's all they wanted. Well, if that's all
mm,
you wanted, that's all you're going to get, cuz then you can't rack up and imagine what it could have been. So if that's all you wanted, I got mine too. I'm good.
no doubt. QT1 asked what we talking about. What we talking about. So we're talking about ageism. We're talking about being older people on social media dealing with younger people who have not figured out anything in life yet, but somehow
And who
feel like
hate and
they
who
hate.
hate on you.
They're in a position to ridicule and talk trash about us. And the only thing they can say is that you're older. That's it. Like it's
That's
like
all
it's
they
some
got.
kind of insult. It's not an insult.
It's not an
It,
insult, especially when the Department of Treasury send me paper every month. Do you know how good that feel to say that? Ooh, that feel good.
mm, mm.
You almost there. It'll go
What
fast. It'll
what
go
Chris
fast.
what Smokey saying, dead presidents? Man, I
Ooh.
got 100% medical. All I gotta do is go to the mailbox. Man, all I gotta do is go to the mailbox. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota. I just gotta go to the
Woo!
mailbox.
And I feel sad when I hear people, whether it's social media, famous person, public person, or just somebody around the corner, they be passing away at 59. I be like, dang, you almost made it. I want everybody to get to 62 so you can get that paper from the U.S. government, and
So
you can start all over. I can go to school and become a florist if I want to, because I'm up in this B until I'm 100. So I still got 40 something years to go. So I could do whatever I want to do. I could go to school and become a mechanic if I want to. Now I'm retired. You see what
yep.
I'm saying? But I ain't got nothing to offer. Oh, good. That means I ain't got to waste my time doing nothing else but focused on me. I'm good with it.
Boy, I'm telling you that freedom. And nowadays they're trying to damn near get you to work till you're 80. I changed careers, and who knows? It's different when I might even, like you said, I might even change it again. It's different when like you said, you're 62, you're drawing Social Security, you retired, you put money away for that,
VA
and now
benefit.
and you don't have to do it. But now you feel like, like you just said, I can be anything, do anything I want because you would
Anything.
want to. Now, the funny thing is, this society is set up where we're all just basically slaves with a paycheck.
Yeah.
But it could. Funny thing is, it could actually be that way if we didn't have such the greedy 1% of the people on this planet. Everybody could literally get up, work 2 days a week, and do whatever they want to do
You know what I
voluntarily.
say
But
to that?
unfortunately, what's
Why
that?
you why do they focus just on the 1% and not the 99%? That's always my argument. I don't care where I'm at. I always enlighten somebody when I say that.
There you go.
Did you go around the corner to your Saturday food bank? Did you pass out some? I don't know. When I was raising my kids, I was just used to it. If I went to 7-Eleven, y'all, I had to get 3 Slurpees. I can't just get one. See what I'm saying? So through life, when I see something on sale, like a pack of socks from Traders or not Traders, TJ Maxx, whatever, and they're $3 and they fella socks, I'm gonna get 3 because I know I'm gonna donate the other 2. Just little deeds. Am I focused on the 1% or the 99? Try focusing on the 99% because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to always be in a, a box of BS, negativity, talking about stuff happening 250 years ago. I don't care. I have another YouTube channel. I only listen to African news, politics, and all of that because I need that. I need to know what else is happening outside of America on other soil. They're not doing it. It's not the end of the world. It really is not. They just tricked you into thinking it is, in my opinion. Everybody don't have to agree with me.
No, I 100% agree with you. We, as a matter of fact, because people on here like to throw around the word karma. They always say karma's going to take care of you. Meanwhile, you're like I said earlier in the show. I'm glad we shifted energy. You're doing the most heinous, cruel things you can do on the internet, but somehow you feel like karma is going to hurt the other guy. Again, folks, talking to the audience, she made a very profound statement. I don't know if you caught it. If you're trying to build merit for yourself or generate positive karma, like I said, you're in the drive-through. Guess what? Swipe for the person behind you. Buy their
There you
meal.
go. Yeah.
Like she said, you see the socks on sale, get 2. You drive past the homeless people all the time and always say,
Toss it.
"Oh man, he's just going to take the money and go get high." Like, first of all, that's judgment. Once the money
It is.
leaves your hand, you know what? You know it's funny. I heard a person at a homeless shelter. They were talking about people always want to say they want to bring coats. They got 1,000,000 coats. He said, "You know what the biggest thing they need in here?" He said, "Socks." He said, "Socks is
Socks.
like the highest commodity, not coats. People
Socks
feet,
and
dog. You know."
towels. When you
Yes.
wash your arse and you use your towel, if you're lucky, if you're blessed, if you're provided for, you wash it. They ain't got nothing to wash with the towel, y'all. Come
Yeah.
on
So
now, simple shit. S- uh,
yeah,
uh, you don't even have to believe in God to buy somebody a bar of soap. Are we okay?
yep.
We're not
We
okay.
talk I always talk about kids on the show every time. I talk about how a lot of the kids are wilding out. In my city, they've pretty much given up on the children here.
Yeah.
They basically keep them on the school rolls. Like now they let kids steal cars all day, carjack, do
Oh my
whatever they want. It's not a
God.
violent crime. We're not locking them up because it's not a violent crime. And basically they want to keep them on the school rolls so they can keep getting that money in their pockets, right?
And
It's
to,
sad.
and to
Mhm.
keep the other, for lack of a better term, because I was a nerd, black nerd, and the bad guys will suppress the black, I don't know, prodigy or whatever. They will beat them
Mhm.
up. They'll cuss them out. They'll violate them. They'll grab them. They'll touch them. They'll rip their hair off. They'll punch them just because they know how to play a piano. I've seen it.
Mm.
Just because they want to
Wow.
be a doctor and not a prostitute or twerk after school. Just because they don't want to date and they want to play with their Barbie dolls until they're 12. So they have to keep that bad element. The white people would, well, I shouldn't say that. The racist people were tired of us blaming racism on them. So, in my opinion, they had to create these monsters within our culture to what? Attack our culture, to break it down. Oh, you want to be an opera singer? Oh, go get her. You can't sing. You ugly. Your nose is big. That's their purpose. See, they don't want me. They don't want. I got people in that will give me hundreds of thousands of dollars right now if I said I wanted to run for office. I said America can't handle me. I'm not. I'm not interested. I'm really
Mm,
not, because they
wow.
can't handle simple stuff like that. They just can't. And like I said in your chat, I get attacked more by black people than I've ever gotten attacked on YouTube. But and came through the door with my treasure. Just showed up, okay? And still to this day, they'll tell you I'm mentally ill, I'm dumb, and first one, I think in a long time in my sector, retired, got my benefits, I'm here, I'm still enjoying myself, I still engage, I still try to support. But like you said earlier, they just in the background to me, how we gonna get her? How we gonna line her up? What we gonna lie? What we gonna say? But they be in the EBT line, living in their mama's basement. I don't understand their mentality. I never will. So I just move on and do other things with YouTube. I just
and
can't deal anymore.
and for the record, y'all, I was the piano guy in school, and it was all good though, because I had all the girls from the dance class used to listen to me play my little ragtime music and sit on my piano and stuff.
There
So
you go.
yeah, yeah, you go ahead and be the slick dude. I
Well,
was
you
still the
you
man. So
lucky. You lucky because at least they still had that. Some school systems have taken
yeah,
that away.
yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh, I
You know,
always gravitated towards people with talent. I don't even care if your job on the baseball team was just to, slide to third. You didn't have to be great at everything. But if you were good at one thing, see, as black people, you're not supposed to be good at anything. You don't know nothing. We're supposed to tell you what you're good at. And they're still acting like that. I want to know who their adult parents are that taught you that. How are you 30 and 40 in America thinking that you ain't the shit? Hadn't we lost King, we lost Malcolm, we keep losing all these people trying to put you on, trying to pick you up, trying to prop you. And you still think you're not nothing? I'm exhausted. I'm going to use these next 40 years and just focus on me. Fuck it.
there you go.
I can't.
Yup.
I can't, you know. And I think YouTube. Look, we made in my sector, we made them a lot of money during lockdown, and we know that. But now they're moving in a new direction with these new guidelines. Beefing is against the guidelines. It is what it is. Now you can come over here and be comedy. You can come over here and be, creative like you are. You know,
Mm,
But as
hmm.
far as engaging or trying to help other people, for me, that part is over. I'm just going to do it for
Wow.
me.
Welcoming to the stage, Miss QT1. She's on mute, y'all. Oh, there she is.
You, I'm polite. Hey,
Hello.
Hey.
how are you? First of all, the host, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Welcome to the stage, Miss QT1. When she's not selling dinners out of the back of her 78
That part.
Caprice Classic,
Uh huh.
she is on YouTube helping us out here. So,
Yes, sir. And
welcome,
how are you,
sister.
guest?
I'm wonderful. Nice to meet you. How are
You
you?
too. I'm good, darling. So I was like trying to connect everything. So the last thing I heard, I'm curious because I heard something about 30s. The new ones, right? In their
Mm.
30s, not understanding that they are great.
They feel like I heard somebody say the other day. I'll try to attempt to answer you.
Okay.
That I'm black. I'm still an N word. I'll be nothing but an N word. We ain't nothing. I went, you ain't talking to me, mother effer. Who taught you that? I'll fuck them up at my big age. So that's
Hmm.
what I mean. Who's teaching them that? And where is that? Where do you come from? Where you live?
And you're saying that example you gave, that was in like real life that
On
happened to
YouTube.
you? Oh,
On
okay, YouTube.
YouTube.
Mm.
They're trying to spill that message out to everybody that's stumbles onto it.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, really? Well, get the hell out of my way. Okay.
Okay, I had to ask because I was curious because I
Yeah.
have a soon to be yeah, this month actually, my youngest, 27, he will be, okay? Um he doesn't think that way. Like
Thank God.
he no, I'm saying he know he the shit.
Thank God.
He knows he the shit and he's intelligent. He has been having adult conversation, since like mid school. Um That's why I'd asked that question. And then I have
Thank
two
God.
older children. They're 4 years apart. So like that baby boy, the one I just talked about, he came later in life. Um, Even my older two, yeah. Uh m- my oldest is 40. All right. She don't even have that mentality what you spoke of. That's why I was just like, yo, what is happening? Because I
Are
figure
they,
like if
are
it's
they,
on YouTube,
it's
right?
on YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on
I'm
YouTube.
saying
And
on
what they do
YouTube,
is say
these
that
bots as
to try to
well.
get at me.
Right,
They say that to get at me. That's we were
right,
talking about ageism.
right.
So in the ageism umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to take away everything that I represent by saying you ain't nothing. Me
Right.
ain't nothing. I'm like, ooh, child, let me get my bag of popcorn because I don't even know who you're talking about. But I'll sit and look at you look stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I was saying. See, to me, even when you are reiterating what I'm hearing, it's almost like um, being on YouTube, and there was a point, and there's still just a smidget of the male and female, right? It's a war of men and women, black men and women in particular, you know, uh, the sexism and all of that.
Hmm.
I remember those times coming into YouTube, and I was always like, where the hell is this goddamn war of the sexes in the black community? Because I live my life every day, and I'm like, I don't see it. I don't hear no kind of conversation amongst the people in the community. That's how they say it, right? In the community. I ain't seen it no.
Hmm.
So once I started talking to my own children, and like I said, it's a big ass age gap. Talking to them, talking to their friends, etc., talking to my relatives in my age range and below, and their friends. None of this was happening as far as they knew. And they're on YouTube and all that too, right? Everybody has their own little pockets in social media. This shit is just, I was like, oh, it's not even real.
Are they content creators?
No, what I'm saying is they're on YouTube. When I
Well,
say
we
that,
were,
the point that I'm trying to make is
oh, okay, yeah.
to your point, right? This
Hmm.
ageism, when you say people are getting at you, like,
Right.
oh, who are you? You don't know that it's this. I'm saying a lot of this. That's why I had to ask you, was it on YouTube or your real life? Um,
No, it's on, it's as
it's
a
made up
content
shit. It's,
creator.
yeah, it's made up shit because they had this whole thing, like I said, for a long time. This the black community, there is a war between us females and males. Okay.
Mm.
Um, and that's how, it came all the way full circle because, the pink pill, the manosphere, all that, that's where all of these things were coming from. Meaning, um, the pink pill, that was the pinky toad, the clear people, right? We get the manosphere, which is the our people version of it, right? And our version of it had to be to put down us as black women, number one, but they had to blow it up prior to that, is that it is a war amongst us as male and female. But in real life, that is not what the hell was going on. So it was this made up shit. And so I think what you're talking about is made up shit, not from your point of view. I'm not saying that. I'm saying people are going to come at you if they feel that it will bother you, upset you, no matter how much knowledge you put out there. There are going to be people and bots from YouTube that want to downplay your actual message.
Which part would be made up, though? That's the part I'm like, we were talking about ageism.
Right. The
Oh,
ageism
okay.
part, when you
So
said that there
when
are people
somebody tells
who,
me that
mhm,
I have nothing to offer them
mhm,
and they're 30, 40, I'm not even going to include 50 people because they're just covetous. They want what you got. So I understand them.
mhm.
The 30s and 40s still, and we mentioned somebody still living in their mamas and daddy's houses. They shouldn't even be talking to me.
And this, what I'm saying is they're trying to take away your message. When I'm saying it's a made up situation, again, it's not on you. I'm saying they're coming from a place of the propaganda that's already been on YouTube.
Or
So when
ignorance.
you are in positivity and
Right.
trying to educate, that is what's going to happen. You're going to get the pushback.
It's just ignorance. That's
Yeah.
all.
And
We could just, you
when
can
I'm
use
saying
it.
some of
It's
it is
just
made up,
ignorance.
you don't even know if some of these people are real people. That's what I'm saying.
But why would they lie on themselves? What are they making up?
No, what's the lie on themselves part?
No, I don't understand why are they making up stuff? I'm using your verbiage. What
Okay,
are they
okay.
making up?
What I'm saying is the making up, as far as when you're looking at it from your perspective. Okay, I'm 30, I'm 40. What are you talking about? No, this isn't true. I'm saying you don't even know if that those comments coming at you are, number one, real. Number two, are coming from a place of the dynamics of the black community is so effed up coming from the manosphere. The manosphere people, they truly believe that it's this, and they're going to seek you out if you're on something positive to get you to try to get you to like give up, is what I'm trying to say. To get you to be like, okay, I'm just gonna not be trying to educate. I'm just gonna stop trying to let my people know this. It's a trip up to get you to stop looking at anybody that's giving you the positive affirmations and have you focus more on what you said, the negative. Who are you? Why are you talking about this?
So they're lying. That's the made
Yes,
up.
that's
Yeah.
what I said off the rip. You don't, do you know
Mhm.
if these people are real? I'll just put it
That's
that way.
that's why I ignore them.
But I'm asking, are they real? Are they real people? Have you talked to these people who are giving you the negative?
The answer would be yes.
So you actually talk to them. You have a channel and you talk to them like I'm talking to you.
Mm, yes.
Okay.
I
So,
have years and years. I have almost 2,000 videos.
hmm
Um, I have almost 700,000 views on my channel. So, yeah, I know each and every one of these people. And
hmm
in their quest to, like you say, not be real, lie, and be ignorant,
hmm
they've gone to jail. They've lost
mm
channels. They
mm.
got court cases. Some of them lost their lives. Some of them went back to work and stopped doing YouTube. Some of them had channels snatched from them because people, these are real human beings. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of times they are real people,
they're
but they
sad.
already have been in the, you know, that bullshit of nothing's gonna work because they were already on some negative stuff from the other places they've been before they got to you,
Oh, yeah.
right? And so if you entertain, which I think I'm gonna take a little safe bet you probably had because you care back then. Once you entertain it, right? It gets to the, oh, I'm pushing her buttons. Yeah, I don't like this. What she's saying. Well, who is she? And this again is where the ageism. I'm coming full circle now. The ageism
Hmm.
because they don't think that um in our age we're not wise enough to decipher what the fuck is going on. Number one.
Which is dumb, but yeah.
Uh-huh. And see, and that's the whole thing. That's why we stay winning.
Or
Because
they, or
we can
their
sit and
parents were
push
the
it all the
crackhead,
way. Go ahead
or
and say it again.
their daddy's in jail. Their
Oh
mama
yeah.
was a crackhead and all this other stuff. So when somebody like an us, I'll include us,
Mhm,
comes around to says, "Hey, do you need A, B, and C?" Or "Hey, I'm gonna do a show about, EFG.
mhm.
I don't want to watch that." Oh, okay. But get out of this is the message they don't like. I'm gonna finish with this. Get out of my way. So if I walk away and I turn around, you follow me, I'm gonna
Mhm,
get you. Because I
mhm.
just, number one, I can't. I don't have nothing to offer you. Number two, I don't watch you. You ain't got nothing to say. You mentally ill, crazy. Number three, I'm retired, got my benefits, living my life, happy. But number four, why you following me then?
Yeah.
They
It's
want what you got. They want you. They want to sit next to you. They want
yeah,
to learn from you.
but it's a
They want to
lie.
gain like you. I know
Yeah,
all of that. But guess what? In order to do that, what do they say when people are trying to recover? You have to come to terms with you and you have
right,
to do better. And my problem is I don't enable.
right,
That's my
right.
problem. I don't enable. Because
But
I'm,
that's
I'm
all
supposed
it
to
is.
say, hey, baby, you need money? Here's money. Bitch, bye. No, I ain't giving you shit.
Right.
Okay?
Mm.
That's me. You ain't getting nothing until I see change behavior. I'm going to have a conversation with you, and in 30 days, I'm going to check on you. If you ain't told me A, B, and C, I'm done. Because you know why? There's billions of other humans on planet Earth. I just close my eyes and point. There's one over there. Let me go help him. Because you don't need my help.
Absolutely.
You don't need my help.
Absolutely. And I agree with you that they want what you want. The thing is, they don't even know that that's what it is. They it's not a, how can I say it? It's not you personally, right? It's the things, it's the accomplishments, and they don't know how to move through that.
Right.
That's why the anger or the, who are you? What you know? And that's
Yeah.
why I asked you right what the age part was, or when you said 30s. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, makes sense, right? Because the same way they finding their own asshole and they ass in YouTube, right?
Okay.
They found their way to your page. You understand what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense?
They wake up and look right over to my community tab. What they gonna do? 1st of July is done. I think they're going through withdrawal. That's what I think.
Yeah. But I'm saying
Wow.
the overall
I
age of the
do.
thing, it's just they happen to find because they are being on YouTube, and like I said, especially us as black people, and people who have issues are looking for either one a way out, you know, a get over, like that scenario you explained, um,
But let
to
me
be
ask you,
educated. And so those are
who,
three type of people. But
but
we have
who's
to
teaching
understand where
them
they
to
go ahead.
lie?
Huh?
Who's teaching? Who's teaching them to lie? Where does that win?
Do you
And
really
can
want to
they
know the truth
show?
about who teaches people to lie? You really want to know the truth?
Yeah, I want to know.
Can you take it for real?
I'm listening. I swear.
Our own parents teach us to lie.
Mm.
And until we understand when we get into our grown up hood that
Hmm.
that's where it started, and that we have to determine what I'm going to lie about and what I'm not. Okay?
Hmm.
This is how it happens. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a grown ass woman and I still got skills where I can protect myself. But let me tell you something. I can name two scenarios where hell yeah, I'm alive. And the same two scenarios I've taught my kids since they was little. These are the only two reasons you got to lie. Okay? Because as a child, that mental thing, somebody said they're gonna kill you. You got to lie and do whatever the fuck you gotta do to survive. I'm just saying. In the event of a situation and some police is involved, you got to lie. Talk about as you young, right? To do what you gotta do to get up out of there and then handle it after the fact. The point that I'm making is, where did that come from? Our parents. Our parents taught us how to lie. You know how they taught us how to lie? Because we got some relatives or whatever, or matter of fact, what go on in this house. So even if they're parents, well, you can't say nothing that you already teaching your kids how to lie. Or uncle or auntie, whether it's on drugs or if you've been around and seen it, you don't talk about it. That is in essence a lie. If you're getting asked about it, and you know the extra part of it, them ones that want to touch on children, but you're still at the goddamn cookout and all that, which don't tell nobody.
Mm.
That's how we get taught to lie. So what
Mm.
you're experiencing, okay, because that's why I said, do you want to know the truth? We are taught to lie,
So if
okay,
they
as
see something
children.
that will benefit them, they see somebody that can advocate for them, they see somebody that's achieved, that's chilling, that's being polite, that's around them,
Mhm.
they they feel a way, so they use a lie.
Yes. Because
Wow.
guess what? If you're not into your own, that's why I said, if you're being taught a certain way and you never get up out of that, meaning coming into your grown up hood to understand, that's why I gave myself as an example. I got two reasons to lie, and it's about saving other people. And I'm a grown ass woman. I still stick to that. You know why? Because in my grown up hood, all that other shit, hell no. I ain't about to lie for nobody. So what I'm saying is when you evolve, right, you can take in the information that you are trying to supply. But if you've never evolved from that, because possibly There are things going on in
Mm-hmm.
your life, right? That still has you in trauma,
Yeah.
where you still have not healed. Your logical mind is saying, oh, I want this. I want to accept this type of help. But you know what happens? They talking to somebody off of YouTube, baby. They talking to the same toxic people that they grew up around, been around.
That keeping them down.
Yeah. Oh, why you listening to her? Oh, she don't know. Does that make sense? It's not
Mm-hmm.
a you thing. It's they have not healed.
And they be
They
following you. They
sensitive.
be following you. They be
Yeah,
following
because
you.
like I
They
said,
wake up every day and they
the
check
thing,
in on you. It's like
yes. You
my
know
son
why?
don't get in touch with me that damn much.
It's
Damn.
like a drug addict. You know how drug addicts work,
They
because it's
addicted.
like, I want to be clean. I have somebody who believes in me, who
I'm
has
sorry.
experienced this situation, and they made it over. And
Yeah.
I like what they talking about.
Speaking,
And you know, when I click this thing early in the morning, ooh, I feel good. I feel there's hope. I know I can do this shit. And then you know what
mm,
happened when I click off and I got to go into the real world. I done ran across somebody that got that thing. Ooh, well, you know what? I've been trying to be clean. Look at here. What the fuck, man? What? I'm just saying, like, what you doing though?
Weak.
You might as well
speaking
just.
of red and blue and pink pills,
Oop.
the question of the day in modern times with the young folks we're talking about here, are men the leaders in households in this day and time? But before we answer, we gotta have the break for the intro.
Now,
All right.
dragons are my shit.
Our,
So,
our battle of the
Okay,
sexes
that intro is it.
portion of the show. Are men the leaders in these households today?
who going first?
Go ahead, darling, because I gotta get me some water. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Ooh, which households? You don't put me out there. I'll take it where I want it to go. But is that all you're gonna give me?
That was just a pretty general question. I know it was all broad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I'll
If
start it
you're
off.
okay, go ahead. You started.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say no, for the simple fact, in the day and time that we're in, we're both career people. We're both career people, and you know, it's no more. This isn't Leave It to Beaver. It's not Ward Cleaver going off to work with a housewife. And
Right.
this, so in that aspect, no. Um, in the aspect of leader, as far as I wouldn't say that. Some people use the word head and things like that. To a degree, as far as you're a protector, like that, certain stand in that aspect, I would say yes, as
Sure.
far as security and being a protector,
Yeah. Yeah.
and such. But no, not that. Oh, not in the traditional sense of I'm the boss and you are just you other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that.
I think you have a guess. You want me
Oh,
to
I
go?
do. It's sometimes I get carried away, aka Carrie Belafonte.
That part. Yeah,
Hey y'all, did
hey,
somebody say feminism?
what's with it, Carrie? That's why I said, ooh, let her go last.
My
Okay?
cable went out and I had to fly up here. Yeah, go.
Hell yeah, let her go last because it's about to be popping off. Okay.
um, I'll say this because I miss my mama. Oh, I miss that woman. But her era, She was born in 29. I was born in 64. I was a oops. I was born when she was 35. We were two different females on planet Earth. Okay? Where she would kowtow, I'll burn the house down. Okay? You're going to feed me. You're going to go to work. You're going to get this, whatever is on our this list. We're going to work as a team. I'm going to ask for things. When I'm tired and sick, you're going to clean, wash, and take the kids to school. That's who I was. So, my mom's era, the man was always the man, even if he was unemployed. In my era, was, oh, hell no. You going to get, or my era was at 19, I'm in the military. At 21, I'm married with kids. At 40, they're graduating. I got my own life. I'm doing my own thing. I don't need a man, but if I want one, I can get one. So, and what we were talking about earlier, as far as I don't see it as a battle, because if you want to be the man, I'm going to give you a list of everything you're supposed to do for me. Now, the other ladies might have a different for me list, but my list involves what my mama would want in her era and mine. And to be honest with y'all, that's a big task, and I know that. That's why I don't claim feminism. I claim meism. This is what I need right now. But we can go to the family function and I'll fix you a plate because you my man and we in public.
Mm.
I can do that. Okay. But when we at home and you don't have a paycheck and the only person that's paying the bills, I'm in charge of the bills that month. And I don't need no help. That's me. I'm done.
Mm. Mm.
Well, I always find it interesting when women are quick to say that
No,
they
no.
don't. What happened?
Hello. Yeah, it's been
No,
doing
I
that.
told
I'm
Carrie. I
I'm
was
on,
like,
I done
I'm
paid
on
this
mute.
StreamYard bill. I done paid
I'll
the
Carrie.
go on
bill,
No,
mute.
I
and
see.
they
No,
bugging
I
out.
see Carrie last because she gonna bring it home.
Oh, you want to
Carrie
go,
gonna
Cutie?
be
Want to
on
go
that.
ahead?
Yeah, I was that because when you first came on, I was like, "Oh, we gonna let Carrie go last" because you popped up. Yeah,
Right.
so I would say that because even Doc was like, okay. So I hear you, but yeah, I'm not one of them with a list or none of that. So to the question, do the because I'm assuming we talk about the new ones run the household. Here's the thing. My question would be, do the new ones even have a household? Let me stop. So here's the thing. You
Not a
know,
pot to piss
it
in.
ain't their fault. It's a different time, right? With that being said, you make it however you make it. Meaning if you are involved with someone, um, us being, the segregated, like y'all old crew or whatever, um, I myself have always been the type of person, and I come from the two parent home, and you know, and I had both sets of grandparents, so I got that whole, each era, aunties, uncles, the whole nine. You know, even back then, it's kind of like it is what it is, meaning it's understood what our upbringing was. This is what a man is supposed to do. This is what a woman is supposed to do. Yeah, well, I was not feeling none of that as a young person, not knowing even what that was. It just something about that whole atmosphere didn't set right with me. And I'm pretty sure there's other people out there like that. So, with that being said, I always looked at shit like a man leading. I don't have to tell him what it is to do to lead. I don't have a list of the this is what it is for you to lead. Because if you are that, it will be. Period.
Mm.
And if it's something along the line that I'm uncomfortable with in our union, we could have a conversation about that. And if you are that man who is already leading, because that is who you are, and that is what you want to be for me and your family, we're not going to have no issues that we can't figure out. So it's not about being a feminist. It's not about being the how my mama and daddy grew up. This is what. Mm-mm. It's about whatever is working within our unit, and that man who is quote unquote the head of the household is not going to have an issue with that. Meaning, one, if he can provide for all that, it's not a money thing. That man, the man for me, right, is not going to have a problem with, okay, I want to go to school to get some secondary education or whatever, or I just want to work part time, or I want to volunteer, whatever the case. That's not going to be an issue because money is not an issue. The ego is not an issue. That's all I'm saying. It's not a got to put me down or I got to prove myself. No, it's we doing this together, however that looks for us. If it's me stay home, watch the kids, whatever, I agree to that. He's taking care of it. Cool. If it's that, yeah, you could still, you got all that. We're not hurting for money, but I need a little something more. And we agree to that. He is still the head of the household, in my opinion. And I'll rest with that. Carrie,
Mm.
we waiting on you.
I think I appreciate that deference. Thank you, cutie one. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I agree with most of what was said, especially when cutie one says that like it's whatever works for that family, right? I think that if you're in a relationship with a person and you're arguing over who should do what based on a gender role instead of what's best for the family, like it's a dead relationship, right? Because that is just ego, right? And that's unhealthy, right? Because some women are better at finances, some men are better at finances. That shouldn't be determined by like genitals, right? But I will say that, especially when talking with Black women, and I understand how we've been bullied out of the feminist label, right? But it's very frustrating to me to hear a woman say that she doesn't identify as a feminist in the same conversation where she brags about being in the military and earning as much money as a man and being able to pay the bills and all that type of stuff. It's just like, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think granted you those rights? Like it would almost be like me escaping to the North in the early 1800s and saying, but I'm not an abolitionist. It's like, are you sure?
What's your answer, Carrie? Is a man leading your house?
Well, Bugsy does run things over here. He does have final decision-making powers, and I respect him as that. But I mean, I'm saying I agree with Cutie One that, you know, this is a feminist conversation at its heart. Like, what is the role of a man and a woman? And I think that you know, I think it's one of those things where women who are smart, right? I think that is often a clever strategy for a woman to not necessarily talk about feminism with her romantic partner, right? Whether she believes in it or not. And I think women who have successful relationships with men who I've observed, right, will, I think it's to a woman's benefit to allow a man to believe he's the head of a household, whether she holds most of the power or not, because if a man is a good man, leadership doesn't actually mean getting things the way he wants. It actually means of being of the most service. So at least that's the way my dad was. So being a leader doesn't mean, bitch, the chicken is too cold. You know what I'm saying? It means solving the most problems and actually carrying the most burden. So it would not be a smart strategy, I don't think, to argue with a man that he's not the head of the household if that's the role that he wants to play. If it never comes up, I would never bring it up because I just don't think arguing about gender roles is a sexy conversation to have with your partner if it doesn't come up. But if it does, I'd be like, yeah, daddy, you the leader. My oil need changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what leadership actually means, right? It means being of service.
Wow. Thank you for putting the cap on that. Because, again, it was a very vague, open, very general question. I didn't have one prepared, so I just kind of threw it out there as a segue of the conversation. But thank you for zipping it up as far as putting the cap on, basically defining doing what I didn't do. You defined, like, what the leadership looks like, which I didn't do. So, I appreciate all the ladies for the answers given, because, it was a very open-ended question. Just threw it out there just to see what would happen. And I actually learned a couple of things. So I'm glad everybody's input was definitely felt. I appreciate Gigi because, like I said, being the last year of a boomer,
well, I appreciate
that's what I was really looking for too, because I was like, what is she going to say? Because she's a few years ahead of me. And I'm like, she's coming off the tail end. Like you said, you saw the mama in the 50s.
This is it. Yeah, the boomer generation is over.
Like, is she a part of that new, the Black Power, the go on sister type thing? Or what is she gonna say? You know what I mean?
This is another thing I see.
And I we all Carrie said these new
we all have different different eras. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Gigi.
Okay. What you were saying, we all have different eras. So that's, to me, evolution. It's not just the civil rights movement anymore. There are different things going on all at once, and you get to choose. What I was referring to with my mother, she didn't have a choice. They were just trying to survive. They was born during Jim Crow, and their parents didn't even open their mouth if they were in the room with someone from other races, whereas I'll push you down. Okay, so it was all a lot going on, and either they got it or they didn't. Either I adopted what she had to go through, or I went and claimed, as you said, as a boomer, what I had. I was one of the first African. Wait a minute, I'm not done with my thought. Okay, when I first entered the military, I was the only woman, the only African American with security clearances in 1983 to work on a missile site. Just little things like that.
How is that not?
Had I took my mother's point of view in life, I would have just went to church with a skirt on and became a wonderful mother of 7 kids and still would have been happy. But guess what? She had other girls who did that. So I got to choose what I wanted to do. Whereas a lot of people don't have that choice. I get that. But guess what? I can do that.
You can do that because of what movement?
Wait, Carrie. I want to ask my question, please.
My movement.
Hold on. So you accomplished that on your own. It wasn't because of the family.
On my own.
Just real quick, Gigi. Right. I just have a quick question, and then y'all can finish. Because something stood out to me. Because Gigi, you said your mother didn't have a choice.
She didn't have a choice, baby. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to be clear because I need some clarification. When you say your mother didn't have a choice, because she was married to your father, she was married
because of the era.
I was asking, was she married?
Yes, all her life.
Okay, so Okay, and that's what I want to ask. So when you say she didn't have a choice, but she
The
was
the
married,
question on the question on the
I'm
table is the man in charge?
no, I
Okay,
know. And so, but you're giving your story.
so
And
she
so
didn't have a choice.
no, that's what
He
so
had to
I'm
be
trying
in
to
charge.
ask you the question though, darling.
But
So,
that's
because
my answer.
I'm trying to understand what part of the didn't have a choice. That's all I'm trying to say. Because she was married,
That
which
you have to
in
talk to somebody in their 80s and 90s. I don't know that life.
my grandmother is going to be 103 next month.
Only
So
Wow.
she could answer that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what but I'm asking you because you're giving your story, right?
She
When
said
if you let me
she,
finish, what I'm saying that your mom didn't
but
have a
you have,
choice.
but
I'm just
you have to accept my answer. It can be different
no,
from you.
but I didn't get an answer yet. That's what I'm trying to say because I was like, I'm trying to
Let me know when
understand
I can
the
answer.
yeah, because I'm trying to be clear. I want to know the part of when you said that she didn't have a choice. I'm trying to figure out when you say that, is it moving on and having a career, or was it that not having a choice, being married as quote unquote the norm of that time? That's all I wanted to ask.
You
I thought
ready?
it was the norm.
Yeah.
That was the norm. It was women at that
Mm.
time. Beautiful, beautiful family. I have a beautiful family. Okay. My mother's wedding pictures from the 40s are on everybody's wall. Lavish, beautiful. Didn't want for anything. Okay. So we got all that covered. The man in charge was in charge, whether he was unemployed, whether he had a mistress, whether he had kids around town, whether he was a drunk, whether he beat on her, whether he was lazy, whether he was ugly, whether he was fill in the blank, religious or not. The man was in charge. That was their era. My mother could never walk up to anybody, even her brothers, my good uncles would tell you, I'm in charge. I'm the man. Everything goes my way. That was their era. We all know that. This is not a mystery.
I think she was asking, was your mother some type of child bride, or did she have a choice to marry your father? I think that was the question.
God damn, Carrie. It wasn't that deep. I was just like, did she have a choice on being married and or not? And then
No,
once she got
they got
married,
married.
Well, that's what I
They
meant. She's
wanted
answering as if
yeah,
they
the
they
yeah,
wanted
as
to
your
get
friend.
she answered the
to
second
get
half.
out of the house. They got married.
There you
That's
go.
like asking a royal princess or prince, do you have a choice? No, you're gonna get married whether you broke or you rich. You're gonna get married. You're gonna get out the house.
Well, no, but what you said she was trying to get out the house, so that was a
I
choice. That's
didn't
why
say she was trying to get out the house. That was
you
your
just
narrative.
I thought you
You
just
I
just
said
said
that.
that.
said I said she didn't have a choice as far as the man in charge. Y'all keep trying to move the
Oh
goalposts. I'm the
Lord.
wrong person. It ain't
No,
gonna
no,
work.
no, no. I thought that's what you said. Real talk. I thought
No,
you
no,
said
no,
she didn't
no,
have
no,
a
no, no,
choice.
no. I said she had how can I go from what I said, beautiful wedding pictures, lavish, not
Mhm.
both my grandparents were employed. My great grandparents were employed. Okay. How do you go from that to a child bride getting married against her? No, that don't make no
No,
sense.
Child
but
brides
no,
can't have
Carrie
beautiful
said
weddings.
that. I didn't say
Yeah, I
child
said
bride.
that.
I was trying to
Oh, okay.
figure out
That don't make
two
no sense.
different
No, no,
Child
no, no.
sections
brides can
of
have
the
beautiful weddings.
We're talking about the role of
right,
whether a man
right,
is in charge
Well, the
right.
in,
obvious question was, did she
her
have to marry
area,
him? Was she
I hope
era,
he ain't getting
she
in her
Carrie.
talking over
era, in
everybody?
her
You have
era.
to ask the
Because
question.
somebody who just
All
want to
righty.
argue with me, she just want to argue with me,
And
and that's
answer
Okay.
the
okay.
question.
But in her era, she got married. In her era,
The question was whether
when
she
my
had to
dad
get
died,
married.
and I was 5 years old
See,
when she
that's not
died,
the role, and you can't
at
listen to a
85,
question.
she still had benefits from my dead
Y'all
daddy.
haven't heard the
So that
question.
man was in charge, and that man took care of
The
her,
benefits
and
and
that
the
man took
after
care of
benefits.
me when he was dead in the grave 50
It's
years.
only
So
you
he was
answer the
in
question.
charge. He
What
was
does
in
All
that have to
righty.
charge,
do with the
baby.
question?
He was in charge.
Well,
That's
Nobody was
the answer.
asking you that.
That's
You're
the
hysterical.
answer. That's
You're
the
hysterical.
answer.
and we're back. That's right. I hope you enjoyed my rendition of Air on the B String by
I
Johann
love
Bach.
it.
I sung all the parts. And you can check out my channel. There is a jazz version of that I did. And since Gigi, you had a live scheduled at 9. Oh, did you? Did you miss that? I hope we didn't keep you too long. But you know
No,
what though?
I hit
I
that
really
button when I want to.
Okay, cool. All right. I was gonna mention that like 30 minutes
I'm
ago, but I said, you
I'm
know what?
enjoying myself. I'm enjoying it, and I
She's
think
good to go.
it's wonderful because it's organic. What were we talking about? Older people with fill in the blank, and nobody wants it. That's fine. You don't want it, but you can't take it away from me and get out of my way. That's that easy. Everybody can live their life how they want to live it, but everybody has boundaries. I'm glad my mother had boundaries because when my dad died, when I was only 5 years old and I was her caregiver, and I'm looking at all her paperwork when she passed away because I was put in charge of her estate. That man took care of her. So I'm glad she treated him like the head of the house because his benefits covered her even when he was dead in the ground for 40 years. So he
Mm.
deserved to be treated like the man in charge.
That goes to Carrie's point, though. You just said she treated him like I said. Sometimes I just said this
Let's
is. Don't be
She's
offended,
supposed
Gigi.
to.
Listen,
She's
that's
supposed
and
to.
that's all we were saying. Like,
Give her
like
her
we have
flowers.
to play the
Give her her
game as
flowers.
women. We
Give
have
her
to
her
play the
flowers.
game. Yeah,
Give her
that's
her
hey,
fine.
flowers.
any
Yes, give
Play
her
the
her
any
game
flowers.
as
final
women. And that's the
Yes,
any
whole premise
give
of
her
Doc's
flowers.
question. It's like,
Yes,
how does this work? Are you really the
give
I just
her
found when I said
flowers.
these new niggas
She
ain't
got a
even got
good
a house to
man.
be a head of a
She had a
household.
good man. She had a good man,
Yeah.
just like I
And,
do.
and she
Yes,
still played it up. And there's a lot of times
yes.
where we have to do that. And that's what
And young
Carrie's
people
point
should
was.
learn from that. Young people should learn. Get you a good man.
Oh
mm,
Lord. Now that part, that good man Savannah, that's some different
any
shit. Go
final
ahead, Carrie. I mean, my
kind
bad. I'm sorry,
words
Doc. It's your
as we
show.
wrap?
No
I'm
worries.
sorry. I really, and don't get me wrong, man. It gets good on the day I can't stay here. Unfortunately, got to do evening rituals to get ready for tomorrow's work day. Man, it was getting good too. I wish where were y'all like an hour ago? But I really enjoyed everybody coming through. Any final
No, I'm glad I
words
finally caught a live.
as
Yeah,
we
I'll go
close?
first so somebody else can have the last word if that's okay. And I was gonna go live and read my book. I still am, but I'm glad I finally caught a live. So shout out to you, Bombay. I I think it's good when people don't overtalk each other when it sometimes makes it easier to have a discussion, no matter what your age is. And I think there was some confusion about who made it possible for women to serve in the military. So I want to leave with a historical fact. It was through tireless work of the feminist movement that the 1948 Women's Armed Services Integration Act was passed. That was almost 80 years ago that feminists made it possible for women to join and serve in the armed services. So respect to our ancestors and the women that went before us for the sacrifices they made so that women like myself and other panelists could enjoy those experiences and take advantage of those opportunities. Thanks for having me up, Bombay, Cutie One, and Gigi. I'll see you on the next show.
Thank you, Carrie B. Anthony, for that historical lesson, y'all. She does a lot of that. She's a teacher. She knows all the history things. All right, who's next?
That would be me, so I can get the hell up off here because, yeah, historical and a little bit of shade. Lord, she said, and
Yeah,
the panties.
yeah, yeah.
Child, I
Oh my
called it.
lord.
Gigi, good talking to you. And I think a couple of years ago we was on a panel over here too about some other stuff. I respect you. You always have words of wisdom, okay? And I understand some of your points of confusion when you talk about those people on your page and whatnot. And so all I hope is that at least our exchange that you understand that you are you. Keep on doing what you're doing if it's in your heart and your spirit to help and uplift people, and don't ever let nobody take you up off your throne on these here YouTube streets with the bullshit. Okay, when it's like you're this, you're that, or whatever. Um, because again, I'm sure in your real life there are people who respect you and all of your wisdom. So there has to come a time where you have to take this YouTube thing with a grain of salt. Block them people. Don't let that mess with your spirit, okay? Ever. And still be you if you got to get in somebody's ass. You know what I mean? I know you're capable. I know what it is. But this is YouTube. But I enjoyed my time with you. Doc, I see you try to start some shit in the end, and now he don't want to let us talk. But it is what it is. I still love you, and I
You mean the
appreciate
cackling?
you. And I got to get out there and sell the rest of these plates so I can have my
I
money
I
back.
know.
appreciate you too. I appreciate you too.
All right, darling, I'm out of here. Thanks, y'all.
All righty. That was QT1, y'all. She got those fish plates. She up on 114th and Avalon this evening, fellas. If you want to stop by, she got that fish. Plenty of lake trout left. So come on, stop by, hook up, y'all. Y'all know she got to get them kids' school clothes and stuff. So thank you, QT1, for stopping by. LA's finest. And Gigi, definitely appreciate you coming through. Man, you
Oh
you
my
you
God.
saved me. I thought I was gonna have to hold it down by myself the whole
All,
time.
all by myself. No, I'll never leave you hanging. I could never catch you live. It just never I was always on your replay crew. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
start announcing it in advance. I'm gonna start doing that
a
because I'm
little
weird.
bit. Give us a little warning. And I
Yeah.
love a replay crew. You still get your digital feet prints. But yeah, I'll never be a feminist. My mom was a teacher. My
Mm,
mom was the type of woman that in the 60s had her own business and was a school teacher,
see?
in the 60s and the 70s. So we have more in common than not. It's the choices that people make that folk have a problem with. Well, they're just going to have to get over it. But yeah, I enjoy being up here because I got to share a little bit. I wasn't expecting all of that. But at least I taught people that no, I made my own way. And you know who taught me that? My mother. So the
Wow.
person who gave birth to me uh, is enough. I don't need any insight or any input from anyone else. Get what I had at your age. You know, being in the military was only because my whole family did not want me to become a police officer
Mm,
because they were like, either you're going to go to jail or somebody going to put you under, or you're going to become a bad cop because you're going to F them up. I said, yeah. So they made me go to college for a year. And then I went into the military, and y'all know the rest of my story. But yeah, I don't do, there is nothing historical. I am the history. I was the first African American woman
mm.
to serve on a missile site in the region where I was. There is no feminist from the 1800s in a skirt that ever did that. Sorry, not sorry. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Be okay with evolution. Not that I will never bow down, not that I will never appreciate anybody letting me stand on their shoulders, but you can't take away my shine. You can't give me flowers, then piss in them. You can't do that,
Mm.
people. And that was our conversation before, wasn't it? I can't teach nobody nothing. I'm the one doing all the achievements. I'm the one that served in 2 branches of the military. I'm
Mm.
the one that's using my benefits.
Wow.
Please, everybody, just either appreciate that, let me celebrate it the way I want to celebrate it, and stop trying to tear me down. It's not working. That's what's happening in our culture. That's that little girl, the pianist, that has to go to school with the 8 gang members and the little girls that get screwed under the bleachers.
Mm.
Okay? We're done with that. And I'm going to stand up and up and up over and over again, especially when the feminists are standing in the line in the child support office, because I can talk on that too, because I was a child support officer, telling me what to do. No, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how to achieve, and I'm going to tell you how to stop making the same mistake over and over and over again, calling yourself black. Stop it.
Mm.
Do better. Evolve. Don't get in my face, and I'm sitting here on my benefits, T.M.K. Okay? I'm sitting here in your face, retired. I'm sitting here with a daughter that's a forensic scientist, STEM. Okay?
Mm.
Sit down. Listen to what we're trying to tell you. Thank you for having me up here. I enjoyed
I appreciate
myself. You
Thank you,
have a good
Sister
night.
Law. Hopefully you'll be back soon.
I will.
I'm gonna post it. All right, well, Gigi, she made her exit, y'all. You know, she just and man, that's how she leaves. That woman can leave a room. And it is true. She is the first African American woman with a security clearance to work in the Army at a missile facility. She's also the first American woman with a broken arrow, i.e., she didn't secure a nuke and dropped it 12 feet from off of his platform, and the president had to get up in the middle of the night because the general had from the base commander had to call the phone call. So she didn't talk about her dropping that nuke, but that's okay, Gigi. We still love you, and you were still the first sister up in that spot. That's okay. So what? She almost blew off the whole eastern seaboard, but that's okay. But she's still doing good, and she's retired. So just want to thank everybody for coming through. I went longer than I thought I was gonna be. Definitely, man. 2 hours on a weeknight? Oh man, come on, that's ridiculous. But it was good though. But see, I also want to leave you with a thought. My last thought here as well is it's kind of I feel strongly where G was coming from too, and we need to be able to as Black people. Everybody can have a different point of view. We don't all have to see things the same, which is why I threw out the very generic question to see what it would be. And we all have different life experiences. We all at different levels of consciousness. We all have different experiences. And I could almost relate somewhat to everyone on the panel. So my fishing expedition worked well for the most part. Okay. So yeah, we can be on the panel and we can talk and we can disagree or we just not see eye to eye, and that's okay. And we can not vocalize it too. We can just definitely be mature. So I appreciate all the ladies that came out, to engage in the conversation. Shout out. Definitely we took it into a boring realm is where it ended up. I'm so glad for that because sometimes I needed that. That's why when she showed up, I said, oh, hallelujah. I get to exhale a little bit. I had a lot of things on my mind I just wanted to get out. And this was the perfect place for it. So people that may replay this might get a little something. But I want to thank everybody for coming, especially the ladies on the panel. Really enjoyed it for the most part. My sister-in-law, Gigi, stopped through. I'm going to definitely put that up next time in advance. And I just want to thank you and leave you with the words of peace and tranquility. Now.